Hey guys, welcome to a little bit of Monica. Today we are starting off a brand new week here in May. May is the month for Escape the Readathon, so we're jumping into another week of reading as many books as possible so that my snack squad can get out of this Black Cat Carnival that Lexi from Books with Lexi has so lovingly locked us all in for this month. This week I am going to be focusing on reading horror books specifically. There will probably be a few books that I throw in here or there because I know I have an arc that I need to be getting to, and that's not horror, but I am going to be focusing on horror books for this week. I'm going to dive into reading, I think I'm going to start with Cotton Candy Massacre, I think. And we're gonna just jump right into it. I am very excited for this week. If you are not signed up for Escape the Readathon yet, it is not too late. Please make sure that you are taking a look at Lexi's announcement video and signing up on the official sign up form, and then joining the Discord, signing up for the snack squad, because we are definitely going to be winning. You want to be on the winning team, right? So make sure you sign up for the snack squad and join in all the fun, because this is such a fun month and it's an incredible readathon. So with that said, let's jump into reading. I'm out of breath because I just got back from walking down to the mailbox, which is at the end of our very long driveway, and the weather outside is absolutely beautiful today. It is warm and sunny, but there's a really nice breeze going, so like it felt really perfect, and I'm actually really sad that it didn't sit outside to work and read today, but I am kind of tied to the desk with all of my phones. So anyway, back to it. I ended up having 2 packages today. The first one is my Afterlight box, so I'm gonna open that with you. I'm very excited. This was, I believe, a like special order. I don't think this is the monthly box, but it might be, so I guess we're gonna find out. But I'm pretty sure I know what this is. Yes. Okay. Let's open the bubble wrap and pull it out. Oh my gosh, this book is stunning. Let's put the box down so you can see it. Funny Story by Emily Henry. I have heard so many people talk about how much they loved this book. I think I read one book from Emily Henry. Yeah, I read People We Meet on Vacation, and I liked it, but it wasn't like my favorite. And so I'm really excited to give this one a try, because I know some people have said this is their new favorite by her, and she has like some diehard fans. So to know this is people's favorite, I am willing to try. This is the only copy of this that I have, so I'm really excited to give it a try, but let's just appreciate these edges. Oh my god. They're so pretty. The top has clouds. The bottom is just plain, but stunning. Stunning. Okay, let's open it up. And this is such a cute picture. I don't even know what this book is about. I literally know nothing about the plot, but she's reading a book to children, and that's cute. And then apparently it gets better. This is literally stunning. I looked at the naked hardback. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? I'm crying. This book better be good, because I don't want to get rid of this. This is too pretty to get rid of. So I'm gonna really, really need Emily Henry to come through on this for me, simply so that I don't have to get rid of it, because I want this. I want this forever. But I'm gonna put that away because I have one more package that I need to open, and I'm very excited for this as well. Matt and I ordered new glasses a couple weeks ago because Matt's glasses are pretty old, and the cats knocked him off the dresser and one of the lenses got scratched like a while ago. So we had to get him some new glasses, and I decided to get myself some new glasses as well, because last time I was at the eye doctor, they did change my glasses prescription just a little bit. And so like my current glasses are perfectly fine, but they said if you're gonna get new glasses, you should get this new prescription. So I did, because I wanted to get new glasses. So let's open this up. I am not going to show you Matt's glasses just because he hasn't seen them yet. I mean, he will have seen them by the time this video is out, but still. But he did get one of these trifold cases that are super cool because they fold up flat when you're not using them, but then they fold out into like a full case. I have the white version for my glasses, and so Matt decided to get one for his. So we have those, but I have my glasses. They come in these super cute cases, and I'm actually really excited because all of my other ones came in the teal case the first time I ordered, and these are red. So I actually really like these new cases. But Let's open it up. I don't know what this bag is for, but let's open it up. Okay, so I did get sunglass attachments that clip on the front. One of my favorite things about the current glasses that I wear is that they have like a sunglass attachment so that I don't have to worry about like flipping glasses all the time. I just have to have these. Obviously I can't use those without the actual glasses, but the moment we've been waiting for. Got my cleaning cloth here. Let's unwrap these babies. I also am currently wearing my contacts, which means putting these on, I am going to be extra blind. So we're gonna see how this works, but let's see how they look. They feel really comfortable. Okay, so I ordered last time I got like blue light glasses. They're non-prescription, just so because I'm looking at my computer all the time, and they were really tight. And so ordering size wise makes me really nervous about like ordering glasses online, but these are actually really comfortable and they're cute. Okay, but here's the thing. I need to go take my contacts out so that I can check the actual prescription and make sure I can see through these because I had some concerns about the prescription. So let me go take my contacts out and I will be right back. I have my contacts out, so let's put these on and see if I can see. Okay. Good news is I can see, I can read things, and they are comfortable. I do think that the slight prescription change is going to take a little bit of getting used to, just because like I can feel that there's a little bit, especially if I move, like I feel it a little bit. But the thing with the prescription that made me really nervous about these was because I obviously had a glasses prescription before and I had them loaded into Zenni from like where I bought the glasses. And when I got my new prescription, they said it wasn't changed all that much, but the numbers were like completely different. And when I say completely different, I mean, I don't actually know how these numbers really work that well, but there was one number that changed from a negative to a plus. And I was like, that doesn't seem right. I don't know how my eyes can change that much when there's like a little bit of change. So anyway, I was pretty nervous that they had accidentally given me like my contact prescription instead of my glasses prescription, but I can see, so I think it's fine. We'll have to test these out for a few days. These were only like 50 bucks. And when you put that in the scheme of like buying glasses from an eye doctor where the frames themselves are like $300, being able to buy the frames and the lenses for 50 bucks, spectacular. So anyway, this isn't sponsored. I just really like Zenni because I like getting new glasses and they're a fraction of the cost from the actual eye doctor. Plus they come in these cute cases. Ooh, I forgot about the sunglasses. Let's see if I can clip these on. Okay, I'm gonna take them off first. And we'll see how I look with my new shades. Oh gosh, the clips are a little tight right now. Here we go. They feel a little tight fitting. They don't seem to fit like super well on top. I'm a little worried, but it'll work. It'll do, and they'll probably, once I use them a little bit, they'll stretch out a little bit more. I'm gonna take these back off now. Okay, yeah, those were tight, but it's fine. It's fine. Anyway, that is my book and glasses haul from today. And we still have Matt's glasses, so he'll be able to try those on a little bit later. But yeah, I'm gonna get back to reading now. I am still working on the Cotton Candy Massacre. I guess I'll give you a quick update while I'm here. I am 69 pages into this book, and they are at the carnival, which is exciting. And we've already had some violence like pretty early on, which is also exciting. That's what I'm here for. I mean, it's supposed to be a massacre, and so far we are on track for that. I am very excited to be getting to know the characters and kind of piecing their lives together, and I can't wait to see where this is going to go. I just have so many hopes and dreams for this, and I feel like it's going to fulfill all of them. So I am going to keep on chugging through this one, and I'll keep you guys updated later. Lexi, I love your brain, but I hate your timing. The game that we just opened up, one of these prompts is significantly harder to find a book for. And by that I mean, it's probably not that hard to find a book for it. The problem is that I am in the middle of like 3 books right now and none of them count for the one prompt that we want to try to go for. So here's to me pivoting everything. I will probably not be finishing the Cotton Candy Massacre right now. I will probably also not be finishing the arc that I started yesterday, which I don't even think I mentioned that I was starting it, but it's My Heart Still Beats by Helen Hart. This is an arc I got straight from the publisher and I need to review it this week, so I do need to finish it, but I might be putting that on hold while I read some other books for the prompt that we got. So thanks, Lexi. Your mind is genius and I love this prompt, but also this is the worst timing. So here I go to go find a book that fits this new game prompt. I have neglected to update on the book that I am currently reading because I mentioned before that I was going to be taking a break from Cotton Candy Massacre. I'm sad because I want to keep going in that one, but I had to take a break to switch gears for a different book, and I decided to pick up The Kiss Countdown by Etta Easton. This was the Afterlight book for March, I think. Anyway, it's a romance about an astronaut and an event planner, and it is fake dating in all of its glory. Fake dating is one of, if not my favorite romance trope, and this book is literally so good. The reason I haven't been able to update is because I haven't been able to stop reading. This book is everything. First of all, let's just appreciate the edges. They're so pretty. Like, it's so pretty, and I'm obsessed with this book. The content, when I tell you I'm literally giggling to myself while sitting here reading this book. Oh my gosh. She spills coffee on him and they meet. And then they meet again at the coffee shop again, and she sees her ex-boyfriend with his new girlfriend, and so she's like, oh yeah, I'm here with my boyfriend. And then she calls this random guy over that she happened to spill coffee on the other day, and she's like, this is my boyfriend, and he plays along. And then his sister walks in and is like, oh my gosh, this is the girlfriend you've been talking about. Turns out this man has been lying to his family about having a girlfriend, and now he accidentally roped himself into fake dating Amory because she happened to bring it up first. It's brilliant. It's spectacular. I am obsessed. Then the whole middle section of this book, quite a big portion, takes place over the course of 1 week, where Amory and Vincent are with Vincent's family on a vacation, a birthday vacation camping trip for his mom's birthday. The vibes are immaculate. The tension is so freaking real. And the sexual tension, I'm screaming. I'm crying. This is literally so cute. I just love both of these characters. Amory is this type of, she's got an attitude, but she's very confident in herself, but she also sees that, a lot of things have happened that have led her to where she is, as everyone, experiences in their life. We are inside her head and really kind of seeing the way that she's battling with the guilt over lying to people about this relationship that is turning into a real relationship, as fake dating does. And also the stress that she has about her job, because she's kind of dealing with some in-between of her previous job. She was let go from a company and she is her own boss now. She has her own event planning company, but she's trying to get it off the ground. And so she has all these anxieties about that and all of this grouped together. But Vincent is literally the perfect match for her. He is calming, and he is just this incredible presence in her life, But for him, she is the exact same. But the problem is that he is getting ready to go on a mission to the moon in a couple of months. So this whole time that they are starting to fall for each other, Amory in the back of her mind is like, he's literally going to the moon. Like, what am I getting myself into? Ah! I love this. I love this. I knew I was gonna like it. Like, honestly, I didn't know that this was fake dating. I didn't really look into the premise too much because I got it from Afterlight. So, like, it just shows up at my doorstep. And, yeah, I didn't know this was fake dating. So as soon as I knew it was fake dating, I was like, well, great. This is good news for me. And I didn't even remotely expect that I would love it as much as I do. But, like, I'm having literally the best time. I still have a little bit of the book left, which makes me nervous because I'm like, what else can happen? I don't know if my heart can take heartbreak here. So I'm really hoping that the rest of this book is gonna, like, live up to the rest of the excitement that I've been experiencing. But I will certainly let you know. Yeah, I need to go back to reading this. I had to force myself to pause so that I could do this update because I realized that I forgot to even mention what book I was reading, but, like, I need to go back to reading. I finished the Kiss Countdown and I was so happy. This book was so cute. I don't even know how to formulate sentences anymore. My brain is like a pile of mush. The way that this fake dating kind of snowballs into the dramatic explosion that it does, it was so good. Like, it was so good. It, like, escalates and it escalates and it, like, escalates, and then they're just adorable and, like, I'm obsessed with Amory and Vincent. And then they're gonna obviously have a third act breakup because contemporary romance can't function without it, apparently. But I feel like a lot of the feelings behind the breakup were very valid, and I get it. I do think it was a little extreme. It's one of those things where, like, you were very clearly acting out of impulse, and if you had sat back to think for like 5 minutes, I feel like you would have realized that you were overreacting about some things, but it's fine. We move on. There was obviously the subsequent makeup scene after the breakup, and it was a little overdramatic for my taste, but also what she did was kind of iconic. And then the ending was just adorable. Oh my god. I loved this. I loved every second of this. Truly. Like, there was not a single point where I was bored, where I would have put it down. Like, I read this in 2 sittings only because I started it last night and then I had something that I had to, like, go and do. But if I had not been, like, taken out of the book because of, like, plans, I would have absolutely devoured this in 1 sitting. Because when I picked up the book this morning, you can bet I did not put it down. I actually growled when my work phone rang and took me away from the book. Like, this was everything. It's so cute. I literally am obsessed. I don't know how to move on from this because now I have to pick another book. How do I pick another book after this? I don't know. I don't know what to do. But that being said, this book did it. So good. So good. Please read it. Honestly, if you like romance, if you like astronauts, please read it. Anyway, I'm gonna stop droning on. I need to pick my next book, and by pick my next book, I mean I already picked my next book, but I need to get it ready. It is on my Kindle. I'm going to be reading Someone You Can Build a Nest In by John Wiswell. This was on my TBR for the month, so that is good news for me that I'm accomplishing things I planned for, and I'm really excited to give this one a try. It is a horror romantic fantasy, and I'm really excited. I think it is going to be very interesting. I'm going to wait to give you more of a synopsis once I've read a little bit, just so I can make sure that I'm explaining it well. But yeah, it sounds really intricate, really fun, and a little bit dark. So I'm going to jump into that. And poor Cotton Candy Massacre is still going to be pushed to the side for a little bit, as well as the other arc that I had started earlier in the week that I still haven't. I made it through like 2 chapters of that book, so I barely started that one. But yes, I'm going to start Someone You Can Build a Nest In now, and I'll update you once I have made at least a little bit of progress, probably like 25%, maybe a little bit more. Happy Saturday morning. It is late morning at this point, but I am doing sprints on my channel right now. And I am currently reading Someone You Can Build a Nest In. I am 50% in, and so far I'm really enjoying it. This is more of like a cozy horror fantasy vibe with lots of cozy romance in there, and I'm really enjoying the story. It is so far pretty much exactly what the description said. Like, I feel like this is a kind of slower paced story because there is a pretty significant focus on the emotional relationship that's going on here between our main characters. So we're following Shuseshin, who is kind of like a shape-shifting type of creature who is being hunted by all of the humans, and it's because this creature is being held responsible for the deaths of a number of people in like the rich and powerful family, and so they're all hunting this creature. But Shuseshin is like super smart and able to evade all of them. She has killed one of the family members already and is now disguised as a human who ended up falling in love. I mean, I think love is kind of a strange term because Shuseshin doesn't really understand human emotions or even human functioning. She is a very interesting character because she can shapeshift. She can take different forms. She, can do a lot of really hard to comprehend things. And so as she is impersonating a human, she's trying to like understand the emotions that she's facing that she's just not familiar with for her type of like creature. But she ends up being rescued when she falls off a cliff, I think it was. And Homily, this woman who happens to be a part of the family that is hunting Shuseshin, she rescues her and kind of like nurses her back to health, and they end up forming a relationship, a very, very emotional bond that is very strong. And Shuseshin has to deal with the fact that she knows that Homily's family is hunting her, but Homily doesn't know that it's Shuseshin because she goes by a different name, and it's just like this whole like hidden identity type of vibe. But at the same time, the tone is very cozy, even though there's this like manhunt going on for this creature, and they know that she can shapeshift, but they don't know what she looks like currently. And so it's just like really crazy how all this is going. And I feel like there's a lot of rich description that's going on that I'm really enjoying. But the story itself feels like it's kind of slow moving and cozy. So it's like this weird balance that I'm really liking, but like it feels a little different than I had expected when I was going into it. But at the 50% mark, I'm ready to keep going. I don't know how much longer I'm going to go on sprints, but I am going to keep reading this today because it's very good. And yeah, it's just kind of cute. I have my little buddy Kovu chilling down here with me, cuddled up at my feet. He's been very cute today. So yeah, I've got my coffee that I've been working on this morning, and I'm getting my vlog ready to be uploaded later today. So lots of things going on, but that's my book update. I don't have a clue what I'm going to be doing after I finish this book. I'm not even thinking about it because this book has my attention right now, but I will keep you updated on my progress as I keep going through. I'm not sure if I'll do another progress report like before I finish or if I'll just wait until after I get done, but that's where I'm at so far, and I will check in with you later. Good Monday morning. I did not update a lot over the weekend because I had a very, very crazy kind of weekend. Saturday was sprints in the morning, and then I was like trying to read. I played some Stardew Valley on Saturday. Just kind of a little bit all over the place, but really tried to get in a lot of solid reading time, which I did. And then yesterday was Sunday, which was Mother's Day, and I did no reading at all until about 10:30 p.m. Matt and I went down to visit my family for Mother's Day this year, and so we kind of spent all day there having a kind of picnic and, you know, grilling and things like that. So that was a really fun day. I played Stardew Valley a lot because when we're just sitting around the living room, you know, chit-chatting a little bit, I was playing Stardew Valley also because my sister plays it, and while she wasn't actively playing it yesterday when I was, we were still chatting about the game itself. Also, I'm so glad that we got Cassidy to download Stardew Valley and play along. There's a lot of people who are playing it right now, which is so much fun. And this game is just like, it's fun, it's easy, and you can easily listen to an audiobook while you're going about your day, farming and mining and fishing and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, fast forward to last night. We got home at like 10 o'clock, and around 10:30 I picked up my book again, and I managed to finish The Cotton Candy Massacre. This book was so wild. I am still processing some of the things that happened in this book. Okay, I am giving this 4 stars. There were 5-star moments, but I do think that the second half dragged a little bit longer than it needed to. Like, not that it dragged in a boring sense, but more of a, I feel like this book could have been a little bit shorter because you get to the halfway mark, maybe, you know, 2/3 to 3/4 mark, and it just feels like I thought things would have been, you know, wrapping up by now, and then you still have another 100 pages left. It's kind of wild. But that to say, none of it was ever boring. Like, there was always something happening. Once the massacre begins, it is a continuous, action-packed, gruesome massacre. Like, truly, that is the #1 word to use for this. It is so violent, so descriptive. Some of the kills in this book were absolutely heinous, and I was here for it. But also some of them had me like gagging. Like, no, I'm sorry, Shiggles the clown, that scene is gonna haunt my nightmares for the rest of my life. Like, sometimes it wasn't even necessarily like, oh, that was such a bad, like, violent type of end. It's more of like, I'm shocked by the things that have been brought in here. Like, it's just the shock factor of like, that was so creative, could never have possibly dreamed that up, and that's what triggers these like visceral reactions. So this book, I feel like, because of how reactive I was to a lot of what was happening, this could be a 5-star read for sure. I think I am going to give it 4.5 stars, but round it down to 4 because the potential there is for 5 stars, but the length was just a little bit too much, which is why I'm really excited for the sequel, which is literally half the size. So I am going to be jumping right into this one now because why the heck not? I think that it's going to be like related. Like, I do think it is going to be kind of a continuation, but maybe at a different park. So that's going to be really interesting to kind of see what angle this one's going to take, because this one was very much set in like, we set it up with the backstory first of what happened at the park, and then follow it up. The entire rest of the story is fast forwarded to the park reopening and everything coming back. And like, oh my gosh, like, everyone in this book is crazy. Literally everyone. I did appreciate the people who made it versus didn't make it. I think that all of that kept it very interesting because there was at no point in this book where I knew who was going to make it out. Like, truly, I had no idea. So I think that was fun. But yeah, overall, this was a really, really good read, a really fun read. And it was pretty quick despite the fact that there's no audio. So I was reading with just my eyeballs, which took longer than usual, but I was still fully enjoying myself. And I think that the kills felt more real because I was only reading with my eyes, so I was going slower. And I almost forgot to mention my favorite part about this book is the way that it's written. Like, the form that it's written in is as though it is describing a movie. And I have said before that I am a very visual reader where I picture the scenes that are happening, and I love movies, and so when I'm reading, a lot of times I'm picturing it like it's a movie running in my head. And in this book, it's set up like the like prologue kind of thing is set up to be a person going to the movie theater to watch the Cotton Candy Massacre, and then the rest of the book is describing it like you are describing a movie. Cut to this scene. At some points there was a split screen where it was saying like, okay, we're following a split screen where there's this person doing this person doing this, and this person doing this. And then we're gonna focus in and like cut to just the middle one whenever something explodes, and all this kind of stuff. Like, it felt so cool and fun and real, and I loved that element. I think it made this book even better for me. And now that I'm remembering that that element was so cool, I'm like, do I just give this 5 stars? Do I give it 5? Like, the only complaint I had was with it being a little too long. But like, even when it was too long, everything that was in it was still good and like fun. And I think I just convinced myself to give this 5 stars. This is the problem, okay? This is why everyone says that I am a generous rater, because I can be talked into anything, including by myself. I can just talk myself into giving it a higher rating. But truly, I feel like this book was so much fun, and despite how gruesome it was, like, actually no, because of how gruesome it was, this book was so good. I think I am still gonna stick with my 4.5 because I do want to remember the like length element, but I think I'm gonna end up giving this 5 stars. Oops. Oh gosh. Okay, I'm gonna stop before I change my mind again, but I am gonna jump into the sequel now. We're gonna see what happens, because I don't really know where we're going after this one ended, but we're gonna find out, so I will keep you updated once I make some progress. Quick book check-in. I did not start Cotton Candy Massacre Part 2 yet, but I did finish Someone You Can Build a Nest In by Jen Wiswell. This was a NetGalley arc that I am overdue for reviewing, but I finally finished it, and I'm giving this book 3 stars, 3.5. I did not love this one as much as I hoped I would. It had all the makings of things that I was gonna love, and for the first half, I was fully invested, absolutely loved it, but the second half slowed down, and honestly, I lost all attention span. Like, I kind of stopped paying attention for like the second half of the book. I can't put a finger on exactly what it was that bothered me about it, but I just didn't really care anymore. The romance was really cute. I liked the setup. I liked the way that the characters cared about each other was like so beautiful. And I'm absolutely obsessed with the complexity of these characters. This author has truly created such a cool creature in Shisheshin, the main character, as this like shapeshifter. And honestly, the shapeshifting is super cool, and it adds to the plot, because at any time the people around them don't know that she is the monster that they're seeking, because she's taking a different form. And there's a lot of secrecy, and I kind of like that hidden identity kind of element, but at the same time it went on for so long, and I just wanted them to be honest. I just wanted this to like stop making me anxious over the fact that nobody knew what was going on. And then there was a major twist that kind of exposes a lot more and changes even what we thought we knew. And I like the twist, but I also was already at the point where I didn't care as much about the story as I had when I had first started, so I didn't care about the twist as much as I had hoped I would. All in all, I know this is a good book. I can see the potential there. For me, I just could not pay attention anymore. Like, I don't know if it was too long. It didn't feel like it was that long, but something about it just, it lost me between halfway and 3/4, I would say. It's just a little bit sad, but I can definitely see where a lot of people would really like this. It's got a lot of different elements for a lot of different types of people, but for me, it wasn't great. It wasn't perfect, but still 3, and 3 is still good in my book. I also finished the 6th Bunnicula book. I am still working through those on audio, and I finished the 6th one while playing Stardew Valley today. I literally played Stardew Valley all day long. It's a problem. So I do need to actually start reading my next book, but the temptation to just go back and do Stardew Valley again is so real, because this game is so fun. My love for it has been renewed. So anyway, I am gonna go figure out what I'm gonna do for dinner tonight, And then I'll probably read and play some more Stardew Valley later, but that's my quick check-in, and I will be back once something else interesting has happened in my life. Okay, I am back for a final update on my reading for this week. It's been a while since I updated yesterday. I just was feeling really off, so I didn't want to film anything, which is totally fine, but I do need to catch you up because I read in completion 2 books that I haven't told you about. Kovu is keeping me company. He looks kind of like a grumpy cat right now, but it's fine. So the first book that I finished, I did tell you that I was starting it, but I never actually gave any updates, and it is The Cotton Candy Massacre Part 2. Honestly, I had such a good time reading this. I feel like the sequel could have gone in any way, because I wasn't really sure exactly what was going to be happening. I had an idea of who we were following going into this based on the ending of the first one, but I wasn't really sure what was going on. We are only following one creepy clown in this one. Technically, there's a couple other creepy type clown things, but the main villain here is one single clown, versus the first book where it's like an entire carnival full of clowns. Now, if you haven't read the first one, obviously you're probably going to want to skip this because I'm going to try to talk about it without spoilers, but one of the main characters in this one is from the first one, and I don't know if that person making it out alive is a spoiler or not, so here's your warning for that. However, this book is going to be about the best friend from the first one and how she is going and looking for her ex-boyfriend's younger sister, who is still a clown and is still out there. No one has found her, and so she's following the like breadcrumbs of like where a creepy little clown girl might be. And it turns out that she is camping out in Franklin's Fun Castle, which is basically like a family fun center that was shut down because it was terrible, and also rumored to be also owned by Buster B. Bunkin, the guy who owned the carnival from the first one. So it all kind of connects, and that is really cool. Stacy, the younger sister as a clown, is going to be camped out there, and basically this is Saw reincarnated in like a carnival theme, because she starts making everybody in there play games with her, and these games are not fun but they're so fun to read. I was just having like the best time with the violence, the gore, the creepiness of this book. Yeah, it's like super messed up, and once again there were a few scenes that had me like gagging, like literally jaw dropped. I can't believe that this is in a book, and yet something about it still makes me love it. Is there something wrong with me? Probably. But this book was fun. It was disturbing, and that's exactly what I expected from it, and I think that's what helps me appreciate and like this book so much. This book ends up getting a 4.5 rounded up to 5-star rating for me. It was, in my opinion, like just as fun and exciting as the first one, but in half the pages. And part of my complaint about the first one, even though it still got 5 stars in general, it also had 4.5 stars, but it was way too long, and that was one of my main complaints. This one, the perfect length, had so much action, so much excitement, and it held my attention the entire time. And the fact that there's no audio means that it's even more impressive to be able to get through this so easily, and I was just absolutely loving it. The second book that I never even mentioned that I was starting, but I read it in completion last night on audio while playing Stardew Valley on my Switch, and that is What Mother Won't Tell Me by Ivor Leon Mender. This was a NetGalley arc that I have had for a while, but never got around to reading, even though the book has already come out. And this is from Poison Pen Press, which I get a lot of books from, and it's really fun, but like, I'm behind on my arcs, and I feel terrible. But this book was only like a 6-hour audio, like 250 pages or something. So super easy, super quick to get through. And I feel like thrillers are a lot easier for me to listen to on audio and still process what's happening, but like be able to do something else, like playing Stardew Valley. And so that's what I was doing last night for like a couple of hours. I literally listened to the entire book in one sitting, and I'm giving it 3 stars. I feel like it was a good thriller, but also there was something missing. It was complex. The characters were interesting to learn about. It is about a family that lives pretty much in isolation, mother, father, boy, and Juno, the daughter. And the book is from Juno's perspective and kind of getting her experience, but she's discovering that there's a lot that she doesn't know about her life. And when she accidentally gets seen by a stranger, and I say accidentally because she's not allowed to be seen by people. Her parents are very protective and a little sketchy. They have a lot of set rules, and you can just tell this is a very complicated and like messed up dynamic. But she is seen by a stranger. The stranger talks to her and tells her that he is like uncovering the truth for her. So the story is going to have Juno begin to understand exactly what's happening to her and around her. And I think the plot was interesting, and especially with how short the book was, it was fine, but I do think that there was a romance that came into play that felt really weird. I didn't care, I didn't like it, and it felt a little bit out of place. And then I also just don't really know how I feel about a male author writing for this 15-year-old character. Most of it was perfectly fine. I didn't have any issues, but there were a couple of descriptions that made me like, a female author wouldn't describe a girl like that, and it just felt a little bit off-putting, but not enough to like ruin the whole vibe of the book for me. So yeah, I think this was a very average reading experience. I'm giving it 3 stars, like a very flat 3. It could probably be 2.5 because I just like, I didn't really care. I was listening more passively to this because after a little bit I realized like, this isn't the story for me, but also it wasn't bad objectively. So yeah, this was a pretty average reading experience, but I was able to knock another one of my NetGalley arcs off. And I still have quite a few that I need to get to. So I'm thinking next week's theme is going to be NetGalley arcs because I have like 3 or 4 that I still need to get through. And that's just the ones that I had on my TBR for this month. But anyway, that brings me to the end of this week, which was horror themed. And I mean, I did a couple of horrors, but for the most part, this was not as horror centric as I thought it would be. However, the Cotton Candy Massacre, I have it here, and the sequel, definitely the highlight of this week because of being horror themed and also carnival themed, and we're at the Black Cat Carnival for Escape the Readathon, obviously. So those were really fun. Oh, but I also want to mention the Kiss Countdown. It wasn't horror. It was so cute romance, but like also a highlight of the week because that was really good. But yeah, sorry for kind of not focusing on horror as much, but that's kind of the nature of this readathon where, you know, things change, prompts change, and you have to adjust, and it is what it is. I am trying to adjust as I go, so while the horror didn't necessarily work, I still have 3 5-star reads just from this week, and I can't complain about that. But now it is the time to wrap this up so that I can jump into the next week of reading. I want to thank you so much for watching this video. If you do like what you see and you want to see more from me, please hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on anything that's coming up. If you are not participating in Escape the Readathon yet, you need to be signing up. There is still time. The announcement video will be linked, as well as like all the sign up information is going to be available through that announcement video link. So make sure you're doing that, signing up for the snack squad because we are the best team. We have all the fun snacks and it's just a great time. But make sure you are also subscribing to Books with Lexi because she is the incredible mastermind behind the Escape the Readathon Black Cat Carnival. You don't want to miss out on any of the exciting things to come. But for now, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!